This is a guided meditation by the Institute of Embodied Psychotherapy, facilitated by Katarina Gadjanski. To access more of our guided meditations and embodied practices, or to find out about our courses and workshops, please visit embodiedpsychotherapy.org.uk. Before we start this guided journey, take a couple of moments to prepare. So you will need a pen and paper. If you have some colored pencils, that's great, but if not, just a pencil would do, and a piece of paper that you can draw and write on. So just taking a couple of moments to get that ready. And also moving away from the screen. You don't need to be, we're going to do this guided practice with your eyes closed. So just making sure that you can listen and having your piece of paper and your pencils ready by your side. So we'll start with taking a few deep breaths through the nose and out through your mouth. In through the nose and out through your mouth. And the best way to do this guided practice is standing up with your feet firmly on the floor. So if you're sitting down, I encourage you to step up and to plant your feet hip width apart and kind of pressing a little bit against the floor so that you feel that point of contact between the floor and your feet, and allowing your energy to start traveling downwards. So now we're going to continue with that deep breath in and out through the mouth. But as you're breathing out, imagining also that you're sending the breath down into your feet. So breathing in through your nose and then out through your mouth and down into your feet. And just doing a few more rounds of those. And on your next exhalation, you start visualizing that there are roots growing from the bottom of your feet down into the earth. And you can now just continue breathing through your nose, but imagining that now your breath is going into your feet and even further down through your roots into the earth. And as your roots are growing deep, deep down, as deep as they can grow, visualize yourself as a beautiful, strong tree. Just see what tree comes to mind. And imagine your body taking that shape of the tree. So your roots are the roots of this tree, your legs and your chest and the whole of the upper body are like the trunk of the tree, and your upper limbs and your head are the branches of the tree. And you're just breathing really deeply. But this time when you inhale, you imagine that you're actually inhaling through your roots. So not through your mouth, not through your nose, but from the earth, through the roots, into your legs. And then drawing that breath up, all the way until it comes to the top of your head, Once when the breath completes, the inhalation completes, it reaches the top of your head, and then as you start to exhale, you're sending this breath from your head down into your shoulders, your spine, your lower back, your legs, your feet, and then down into the earth. And then once again, the deep inhalation from the earth through your roots all the way up, circling the whole of your body, and then out, sending it back from the top of your body, traveling all the way down into your feet and back into the earth. So this is what we call in embodied psychotherapy circular breathing. So we are breathing through our feet and then bringing that energy of the earth, the groundedness, being centered, being stable, all of those qualities of the earth, being solid, into our body, and letting it travel, that energy and the breath of the earth, and then flipping it when you come to your head. So if it's kind of traveling maybe to the front of the body, then flipping it at the head, and then traveling down backwards through your body down into your feet. So just doing a few more rounds of that, of this circular earth breath in your own time. And as you're breathing, you're also visualizing. You're visualizing that breath. You're visualizing the energy that is circulating through your body. And just noticing what happens in your body when you do that. Without forcing anything or trying to make something happen, just allowing your body to naturally respond to this. And then I would like to invite you to start thinking, what are resources? What is resourceful and nourishing for you and your body? What is nourishing for your nervous system? What are the practices that brings you back to this grounded, centered state? And imagine them as your roots, in the same way that the roots feed the tree. What are those practices? What are your roots? What feeds you? And this could be anything from walking in nature, being in connection with somebody you love, playing with your pet, your cat or a dog. It could be music, listening to a beautiful piece. It could be dancing. It could be something else, an activity that brings you joy, such as swimming or singing. And just try to collect as many as possible and visualize them as the roots. So these are your roots that are feeding your tree. And once, when you identify one of them, just really visualize them almost like a written down on your root, and then move to the next one and the next one, so that you are like a big strong tree that is growing these roots, and each root is making you stronger. So you have more points of nourishment and the nurture of this tree. The more roots that you have, the stronger your tree is. So just see if you can collect as many as possible, at least 10 of these different roots, or even more if possible. This could be practices that you enjoy doing, like having a bubbly bath, or visiting friends that are joyful, or listening to the bird song, or having a really nice cup of your favorite tea, or your spiritual practice or your yoga practice. So really try to identify as many as this as possible and see how they're nourishing your body and nourishing your soul. So these are the practices that are resourceful and that bring you back to a center, to a grounded, stable, centered place. Okay, and once when you collected as many as those resources as possible, I want you to take your piece of paper and to draw this tree. So drawing the tree and drawing the roots. So all the roots, as many as you had in your visualization. And then next to each root or inside the root, you write what is the resourceful practice or activity or a state that brings you to this state. Or if you don't like drawing, you can just write a list of all of those resourceful states. So just see what appeals more. If you like drawing, you can use crayons and be as creative as you feel like to draw this tree. And then all the roots, and writing at least a word or two in each root, identifying what are those practices that you find resourceful. And you might want to pause the podcast to be able to do that, just really taking time, taking 2-3 minutes, not rushing. And if you want longer, you can take as long as you want to really complete this so that you have drawn and written down each and every one of this resource. And as you're doing this practice, you might have some other ideas, some other things that might come, which you may add to your list or to your roots. And also in the days to come, you might look at your list and think, oh, there is something else. I love collecting beautiful flowers in the fields. Oh, okay, I will add this to my list. Or something that you haven't thought of before. So feel free as the days go by to keep adding to your list. But what I really want to encourage you to do with this list is to keep it next to your bed. So when you wake up in the morning, or you can put your drawing on the wall next to your bed, and when you wake up in the morning, that you consciously choose 1 or 2 practices from this list which are available to you that day. So it might not be, not every practice that you have on the list is available. For example, maybe you have traveling on your list, or swimming in the sea, or climbing a mountain, and you live in a city and you cannot do those things on those days. But what are the practices that you can actually do that day? So let's say playing with your dog, or having a nice walk in the park. And then I encourage you to consciously choose this and to give this to yourself, to resource yourself, to have this practice where you bring consciously with the intention, I'm going to do this 1 or 2 practices which might only take 5 or 10 minutes of your day, but something that is giving to you, something that is nourishing you, and it's going to nourish your body and soul, and it's going to keep you in that calm, grounded state. So that's one way to use this exercise, to kind of intentionally practice it every day. And the next day you choose something else, what is available that day, and it could be something completely different from that list. That's why I wanted you to have as many as possible of those roots, of those resource activities that you can choose from each day, and to get really into that practice of caring for yourself, a self-care. And the other way is also that you can do this guided meditation with this circular breathing and visualizing that you're a tree when you feel quite destabilized, when you feel like you're not in resource states, and that you might want to use this guided practice to help you ground, to help you bring this earth energy and calm and groundedness into your body. So that is a different way of using this exercise.